Hello everyone. So this is your Lighthouse craft video. I am first going to start by showing you the kit and pulling everything out and explaining a little bit if I need to. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to pull my table back here so you guys can see all the goodies. So everything is packed in your 8-inch pot. This is going to be the base for the project. So we have a net, just a strip of netting that we can use. We have black paint, red paint, white paint. We have a tea light. It's battery operated, so they are replaceable. I found these at the dollar store, super inexpensive. The votive holder, which is going to go this way. Again, I got a pack of 3 at the dollar store. Your saucer. Your brush. These 3 brushes. Your super glue. And then we have the small 4-inch pot and the 6-inch pot, okay? So what I'm gonna do first, this is gonna be kind of a time-lapse video. I'm gonna attempt it. So I'm gonna paint my 3 pots here. I know that the instructions show that it's a red lighthouse, but we're gonna do white with the accent of red, okay? So there's a few modifications that I'll do during this just to kind of show you guys different ways to do these, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get started with painting, okay? All right, here we go. So I've got my white paint. You can either pour it onto your brush or you can pour it right on to the pot. I'm gonna pour it onto my brush. You can also use a paper plate or even like a styrofoam cup if you have one to pour some paint into. Anything really that you can utilize. So I'm just gonna brush this paint on to the body of my pot. Again, we're doing the white bodies. I think that the white would probably just match better with your outdoor decor. But if I'm wrong, you can go ahead and most definitely use the other color. And if you decide to do this again on your own, that's totally cool. I love that idea. Just, you can pick out whatever colors you wish. If you'd rather have a blue lighthouse, you can most definitely do that. So I've got this coat on my little one here. So I'm just gonna push him to the side. And my medium one, I'm just gonna do the same stuff. I hope you guys really do enjoy this craft. We have a couple more ideas up our sleeves for things to do like this, where you guys can pick up your craft. I was so excited to see how many people signed up for this. We went a little bit over the amount of people we thought, so that was good. I just had to get some more supplies. So I'm just gonna keep going here. There's a hole in the bottom of the pot too that makes it more convenient for you to paint onto this because you can hold it there. You can also put your hand just right inside too. Or you can just set it down on your table if you prefer that and go around it with it sitting down. That's That's always something you can do like this. The awesome thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect, right? You can kind of just, sometimes flaws in your projects give it character and kind of makes it your own. So this paint is drying pretty fast, which is nice. Now I'm gonna work on the big pot. I will tell you that, well, I just got a little paint on here, but it'll wash off. I had a little field day trying to get all of these pots. The stores were running low. So I went to Michael's in Portage. I went to Hobby Lobby. I went to 2 different Walmarts. I went to a Menards. And found the rest of them at Lowe's, I believe. So, Ruth helped me out finding those. Thank goodness. I didn't think that it would be a problem finding these, but everyone wants to do crafts right now. So the other issue I ran into was finding paint. Enough paint of the colors that we needed, but I was able to do it. Thank goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna finish painting up the bodies of these and I'll come right back, okay? All right, so I just wanted to point out something to you guys. So I just finished painting the white bodies onto my lighthouses, onto my pots, sorry. So I wanted to point out, don't forget to wipe down your pots. I had already wiped mine down prior to the video. Just with a dry cloth, just wipe all the dust off so that you can make sure you're not painting over some dirt and dust that's left over from the store. I wanted to point out to you guys real fast. So I painted the bodies of the pots. Because these are going to be layered, you don't have to paint the top. Even on your little guy here, because your saucer is going to go over the top of it. And then even so, your big one, when your medium one goes over it, you really don't have to paint all the way up to the top. You can if you want, there's enough paint to, but you don't have to, okay? So I've got the bodies to my pots painted white. I'm gonna move on to painting the rims because my white's dry. So I'm gonna start doing that. Just wash out your sponge brush and let it dry, or you can even just squeeze it real tight with a paper towel and it'll dry right up. It's okay if it's a little bit damp too, it's not gonna hurt it. So I'm just gonna pour, let me get it in the right hand because I'm right-handed. I'm gonna pour just a little bit onto my sponge brush here. These really are the best brushes to use for a project like this. So I'm just gonna start painting the rim of my pot here. Oh, I like the red and white, guys. It's gonna look so good. And I like that this paint dries super fast because then I can just keep moving along. My suggestion as I'm doing this is I'm learning. This is my first time doing it, so I can give you guys some good tips. As I'm going, I'm learning that it's better to do the big pot first because that's the biggest space you're gonna cover with the white paint. And that way, that paint has more time to dry. It does dry fast, like I said. However, because it's a bigger area to cover, you kind of want to give it a little bit more time to dry because you've got a bigger area. So that's my pointer that I'm learning. I hope you guys have good plans for these. I bet if they get seen by your visitors that you have at your home or wherever you're gonna put it, you're gonna get lots of compliments. And then you can tell them that you made it, right? So I'm constantly searching for fun things to do with you guys. I use Pinterest a lot. Ruth and I brainstorm and think about different things that we think are fun to do, easier to do, things that we can box up for you like this. This is our first one, but this one has exceeded my expectations. I am gonna paint just on the top of that rim right there. Not really inside of it, but that way, just in case it's seen that it's painted. Yeah, this is already drying super fast, so awesome. All right, I'm gonna tip it back up this way now since the bottom of it is wet. And I'm gonna keep going here. You guys keep going too, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I've got the rims to my pots painted red. How cute are those, you guys? So I was thinking about it as I'm painting, I'm thinking, right? And so you can either do the red lighthouse body with the white trim, or you're also going to get in your kit the blue paint, the navy blue. You could totally use the bottle of navy blue and do a navy blue lighthouse with either the red rim or the white. Mix it up. Totally be creative. Use your creativity on these, you guys. So cool. So I'm super excited. I'm just gonna let this dry just a little bit longer. I did do a second coat of the red onto the rim, so you can kind of see it's still a little bit wet right there. So I'm just gonna let it dry for another couple minutes and then I'll be right back. All right, you guys, now I'm gonna do the saucer. Since this also has to be painted, I'm gonna go ahead and skip to this and paint it so that for the video purposes, we can keep moving here. So, I'm gonna paint mine red. You guys have the option to paint it whatever color you choose, okay? You have paints that you can use and choose from in your kit. So I'm just gonna put a little right inside the saucer. I'm gonna choose red. I thought I was gonna do the navy blue, but the more I'm doing this, I think I'm gonna do the red. I think that'll look really cute. So I'm just gonna put a decent amount in here. This paint will come off with just water too from your hands. So if you do get a little bit on you, just wipe it off with some water. Might need a little bit of soap if you let it sit for too long on your skin, but it comes right off. So there's the paint inside. I'm gonna let this dry so then I can put my hand in there once it's dried and flip it over, and then I can paint the back side of it, okay? So I'm gonna let this dry. I'll be right back. All right, so I painted my saucer red. It's to the side drying right now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you guys how to paint the windows, and if you want a door, you can also paint a door. So you have your little brushes that are in your kit. I packed you 3 in there just in case you wanted to use different colors. Since they're relatively small and inexpensive, I gave you enough for each of the colors, really. So I'm just gonna take the lid right off, and I'm just dipping my little brush right into the paint. So what you wanna think about is placement on where you would like a window and a door if you want a door. So in the instructions, you can also use a stencil. Just cut a rectangle or squares out of a piece of paper and tape it right onto your pot, on the body of the pot, and then you can just paint inside of that. But I'm just gonna freehand it. I'm not saying I'm a professional, but I think, like I said, anything that you think maybe a flaw just gives a character. So I'm just gonna go for it here. I'm just gonna paint a window. There can be no right or wrong way to do this, you guys. This is your project. Make it how you want, right? So that's my start, okay? I'm just gonna dip my paintbrush back in here and get a little bit more paint. You can also do it just while it's sitting here on the table. You do not have to hold it like I was. You make yourself comfortable. So if you prefer to do it while you hold it, by all means. I think I do like it better if I hold it. But I'm just gonna finish it sitting here, just so you guys can see that it can be done anyway. See, it might not be a perfect square, but it's fine. I'm just gonna say my lighthouse is really old. All right. And I think that once this black dries for the windows, I can go back through with the white and just paint like window panes, right? That'd be kind of cute. We'll see here. I got one window done, you guys. Cute. All right, I'm gonna keep working on my windows while you guys work on your windows. And once mine are dry, I'll come back and I'll show you. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I painted my windows. How stinking cute. So I've painted a couple on each one. My saucer is dry now. So I just wanted to play with this a little bit, and I want you guys to try to do the same thing too. Just do it different ways and see which one you like best, okay? So we're gonna ultimately glue this saucer, whatever color you painted it, onto your top pot, okay? So these are gonna be layered like so, okay? So your top pot, you're gonna glue this onto your base, okay? So let's do that. And then we can play with it a little bit and see which way we like it best. So put a good amount of your glue onto your saucer so we know it's gonna stay. Try to get it nice and even if you can. Just hold it there for a second. Clean up my mess a little bit. Okay, so you really probably should let this dry for a little while. I'm gonna tell you maybe an hour to let this glue dry, just so you know that it's secure. Now the variations that we can do with this part, you can use these votives, right? So you can either place your candle directly onto the saucer and tip your votive upside down, and you place it like that. And then you're gonna wanna, we glue this down too, okay? So, or you can use your votive, place it like this, and then, so we're gonna do that step last. The other thing you can do is Walmart has the solar lights that you stick in your ground, and then they're solar, right? So at night the light shines. You can go to Walmart and you can buy these for 97 cents. Okay? Now, a little trick. Take the top right off. So you still have your solar on there. If you get a really good, like Gorilla Glue would work really well for this. I'm not sure that this glue would work for this, but what you can do is you can go and get one of these solar lights from the Walmart for 97 cents, and you can glue it right in there. How cute. Or if you do this again and you choose to use a bigger pot than the 8-inch, so if your 8-inch was your middle pot and this was your top, let me show you this. Or if you just want to use 2, you can totally do that too. Watch, you can paint the top, obviously. You set the little guy right in there. You can probably even put him back on here. You guys, look how cute. And then your netting. How cute, you guys. I tell ya, some of the cutest things that we can find on Pinterest. And then that secures your net. If this is too long for you guys, once you mess around with it and you decide how you would like to place it, you can cut it. I just gave you enough to work with, and you can kind of do your own variation and be creative on how you want it to look. Okay, so let's go back to the votive. In the instructions, it does say to glue these pots on top of each other. I'm not gonna glue mine in case I wanna go back over this and show someone how to do this, that mine won't be glued, right? So, and I can take them back apart and show people. So I am not gonna glue mine. The instructions are in your kit on how to glue the pieces together so that they are secure. Now, if you've painted more than one window onto your pot, turn it and see how you like them best. Okay, so I kind of like mine in the center, if you will. I mean, it's not by any means perfect, but it's my perfect. So then you can take your little one, and I'm gonna off center this one because I have a window here and a window here. I cannot get over how cute this is. This is gonna look so good at your houses. Okay, so this is still not dry, but we're gonna keep going. You guys can pause the video at any time during this and do your step and then push play, okay? I did it this way instead of doing the live so that you guys could do that if you wanted to do it at the same time I posted it, so that you guys can pause it and then you can do the step that I just did. And then when you're ready to pick back up, you just hit play, okay? So then I'm ready, my little guy here. Don't glue this down because you're gonna wanna, when the battery dies, you're gonna wanna replace it. And I don't think he'll go anywhere. If you choose to do it the way I'm doing it, you can definitely glue this down because it's gonna be easy to use a little bit of force and just take it off and then re-glue it. However, I'm not gonna do any of that gluing because, again, if I wanna show people variation, I can do that, okay? So I would not glue my candle. I would just set him right there, and then I would glue my votive right over it. So, or you really don't even have to glue it. It's totally up to you. Also, when I was shopping for all the supplies, I came across some of the rocks that you can buy. They're relatively inexpensive. I think for a case like this of the rocks, maybe like a mason jar full, it was like $3. But you could put some little pebbles up here and help push that votive into it to secure it a little bit, just to make sure. I mean, if you're feeling uneasy about it, or Or you can just put your little guy in there like that. How awesome. This was such a cool craft. And you guys filled this up like super fast. We, last week only had a couple spots left when people were calling and requesting to do this craft. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for being interested in this project. I really hope you enjoy it. It was super fun for me. And it was easy. It was relatively inexpensive. The only thing that I would say is if you're gonna do this on your own and buy the supplies yourself is to go early, because I just bought the pots yesterday and I took all they had, seriously. The 8-inch pots, I took all they had. Well, each one, I mean, I had to go all over town. So, go early and get your pots. So if you want to do this next year, I may have wiped out the stores this year, so there might not be any left. But if you want to do this next year, I totally suggest grab a friend, do it together. Or if you want to do another one soon, definitely get online and see if you can find any. Or if you're close to Sturgis from Three Rivers or wherever you live, check the Walmart in Sturgis. They may have some of the pots left. If you can snag some of the pots, do this craft again and invite somebody to do it with you. You can also do it virtually. You can replay this video and you guys can watch it together and do the craft. You can also give this away as a gift. So if you want to make two, you can keep one and give one as a gift. So the last part is the net. Again, I'm not gonna glue my netting on just yet because I want to be able to take this apart and show somebody a different variation that we can do, just like I showed you guys on here, of putting this light into the spot. Okay, so, and if you can only find the 2 pots, that's totally cute too. So I thank you guys so much for doing this craft with me. I look forward to doing more with you. And if you have any suggestions on something that you've come across or seen that you think is really cool and you want to try, definitely give me a call, shoot me an email, leave a comment for us on Facebook, and we will definitely look at your idea and see if it's something that we can do. So thank you again for joining me. Please give me some feedback. Let us know if you enjoyed it, if you liked it, something that you would change in the next craft that we do. Let us know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This was a sellout. I'm so happy that you guys were able to help us spread the word about this craft so that a lot of people can join us. So I'll see you next time.